What's up guys, my name is Ben Quann. I'm an associate broker here in Virginia and I've sold over $30 million in real estate. And today I want to talk to you about what I think you personally probably can afford. Last week I did a Dave Ramsey video. As you saw, it was pretty restrictive on what you probably could afford in our area. So today I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, not as restrictive, and what we see on pretty much a daily basis. Now I'm not going to say this is what you should do by any means, but it might be something that could work for you. Again, going off that statistic, $78,000, the average income. That would put you as like a gross pay, monthly pay of $6,500 a month. Now I've pulled some statistics on maybe like your average car payment, student loans, stuff like that. But student loans get a little funny. Again, I'm not a lender, I'm just a real estate agent, but maybe we'll just keep it to a car payment. Maybe we won't. I'll show you the different calculations. Again, $6,500, let's just assume for now, you did follow Dave Ramsey's steps and you paid off all your debt. Now his was 25% of your net take-home pay plus a 15-year loan plus 20% down. We'll probably do like a 5% down today. Maybe we'll play with like a 3.5% FHA. More than likely, a good rule of thumb is a third, 30%, give or take 33% of that pay. So let's see, 6,500 divided by 3, 2166. Now, I guess we can also run through the scenario of what you probably actually could qualify for, but as you're gonna see, just because you can qualify for it, I do not recommend that. Never want you to be house poor, and if you move in and you're spending every dime you have on just the house and not be able to eat, if God forbid something actually happened, like the roof went bad or a tree hit your roof or your hot water heater, your AC, whatever, because you're a homeowner, you have to take care of those things. If any of those go wrong and you don't have any money, it's not going to be good. Now you do have home warranties and stuff like that. I don't ever really push those because I think all warranty programs make money somehow, and I'll leave it at that. So if we had that $6,500 gross pay, the rule of thumb is 50% debt to income. That'd leave you $3,250 as your qualifying number. Now, if you had any debts, you would subtract that off of it. So say if you had a $500 car payment, whatever, but that's pretty much your max. Now, it is dependent on your credit score. If you have a higher credit score, you can get a higher DTI. Plus, if you have assets, and there's other things in there, that you can get a higher DTI. But again, for today's standard, let's just say 50%. If you're a lower credit score, don't have a whole lot of assets, maybe 43%, but we'll just do 50%. $3,250, it's a pretty good number. I'm sure you could buy a pretty nice house right now. I think that's gonna put you around a $450,000 house. But again, you'd be completely house poor, and we don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think anybody likes that. But again, let's go back to what I think a third of your take-home pay. So that puts you at $2,166. So now let's go to Google and see what they would recommend. All right, so again, I just go into Google, type in mortgage calculator. They have this thing. They actually have a purchase budget that's pretty nice. You could enter your household income, your monthly debts, down payment, loan, whatever. But let's play around with the calculator. We want to include taxes and fees. Now their taxes and fees seem to be pretty high for our area. Maybe not homeowner insurance, but property tax seems to be pretty high, and there's a calculator that they're just running off of. But we can, once we find the property, we can actually dial it in a little bit better. As you see, this would put you at a $2,100 payment, but realistically, I would say 90% of my buyers do not have 20% down to put. We need to adjust that. 5% down loan. Now, as you see, we have private mortgage insurance coming in because you don't have 20% down. Obviously, it skyrocketed your payment to $2,566. Interest rates seem a little bit high, but that's also on this credit score. So one thing to keep in mind with conventional products is the better credit score, the better interest rate. It's very credit driven when it comes to the interest rate. So for this basis, we'll just base this off here. So that puts you at a 15% down payment, a little bit too high for us because we're trying to keep it at $2,166. So let's see what a $250 looks like. So $255 it is. Oh, now we 2.5 is jumbo loans, and I don't really ever deal with those either. So $2,188, just a tad bit higher than what we can afford. Looks like you're not going to Starbucks that month. So property taxes are a little bit high, I would say, but we'll dial this in. So let's go over to Zillow. Oh, one thing I should point out. So here's your down payment. Now there's another thing, closing costs. A good rule of thumb is 3%. So if we took that $255 sales price, $255 sales price, and and times that by 0.03, that would put you at 7650, and then you would add in your down payment of 12,750, and that would put your cash to close actually closer to $20,000. So a lot of people, especially VA and stuff like that, they always think I'm 100% financing. That's true, but there's other fees that are in there that people don't warn you about, and closing costs one of them. Again, your cash to close on a product that looks like this is closer to $20,000. So the cool thing is with the market, I wouldn't call it cooling by any means, but with the market slowing down a little bit, you are starting to see some houses with closing costs added in, or maybe in the remarks you'll see closing costs. You can take that closing cost, and if you have the 20 grand, you could take their closing costs and pay down the rate or whatever, or just not bring as much cash to close at closing. All right, so we're going over Zillow. Again, I don't use Zillow. Let's do 200 to 255. You got this guy that's a little bit odd, but something standard that I would say is a one-story rambler like this, being just a one-story, not a two-story colonial or something like that. Now, as you see that there's no HVAC units, or if there is, it's not working because you have window shakers or window AC units on the outside. You have this masonite siding, which is not the best siding, and then you get on the inside and you have vinyl green carpets. Here's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. 1398 square footage. But it looks like the kitchen has been updated at some point. Cabinets probably still original. Hardwoods probably original, not this color, but this color hardwoods. See, you had some water damage at some point. You can sand those down and refinish them and make them look really nice. Again, keeps you in your budget. Been on the market for a few days. Here's a cute little house. Board and batten siding. There's your HVAC unit. It's a small house. Living room, bathroom, bedroom. The seal's blown in this. Yeah, so that one's 2-bedroom, 1-bath at 640 square feet. So if we go back over the calculator, see they have 31, so 1656, and that would keep your payment now down quite a bit. Taxes are gonna be case by case, and one thing to keep in mind is taxes are adjustable. For instance, when I bought my house, I think our mortgage payment was $2,100. So let's say like $1,800 of it was fixed for 30 years. But the taxes adjust every year or every couple of years, depending on your county, and your insurance could go up. If you have claims, if a lot of people in your area have claims, if a tornado, hurricane, something like that just came through. So you want to keep that in mind. Keep that in your mind a little bit too, that those things change, but your fixed payment does not. As you can see, by not being that restrictive, you can buy a house in our area. It's still harder than I would say some areas, but you can definitely get it done. With the market changing, maybe soon you can easily get it done. Who knows? There's options out there. I hope this helps. Again, you never want to be house poor, so you really need to be budgeting right now. But again, hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. I would love if you like and subscribe. It'd help a lot with this channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, bye.